So, apologies, we are back. I don't know what happened there. Again, we've had this the other day, didn't we? Yeah. Yeah, that must be what it was. It happened the other day as well. It just seems to stop, and I don't know what it is. Okay, we are back then. Apologies for that. Thank you, Pat Marchbank, for tuning in already. We'll try and get the viewers back up again. Frantically dive into the ditch to find out what's going on with the live stream box. Having a little bit of a moment, but anyway, restart and reset and reboot, and we're back on. So apologies everybody, thank you for joining us again. We'll share the stream and we'll try and get everyone back watching again. Frustrating when that happens. We had a Mark 1 in the ditch while you were away as well. Fortunately I didn't see the number because I was too busy trying to sort out the live stream box. Hey dear, so we're back. Yeah, apologies Amanda, I don't know what's going on today with that one. It's messing us about somehow. The camera's had too much use, yeah. I know how it feels.
Yeah, we can hear them.
Okay, anyway, right, let's get back to it. So, who we just had through now? Got all my notes everywhere again, we're back up to speed. So, car 69 that was. Let's shuffle it all around and get the right cars at the right times, and that's a good start, isn't it? So we saw Andy Wolf and James Crook in the Mark 1 come through, running in the C5 class, part of category 2. They were the first of the crews through that we just saw, and then that was car 44 that's just made their way past us, the stunning HSR Chevette of Ben Jemison and Dean Kellett. The boys up from Yorkshire, or over from Yorkshire. I think the equipment is suffering from RAC rally fatigue. We'll go with that one, yes, thank you. Thank you, producer. I don't know what goes on with it. It just seems to just stop. I'm looking around and it's just a black box, so I don't know what's going on. It tells me there's a signal missing, and then that's all I know. Anyway, we are back. Harry Foster asks, what's the temperature there? It's around about cold. Yeah, it's around about cold. The Escort Maestros from Stoke-on-Trent then. Phil and Mick Squires in the rallying competition equipment Ford Escort Mark II. Great to see the lads still going strong, and there's plenty of love out there for those boys. So thanks very much. Ed Wayne's just tuned in. He'll have been cheering them on as they go past. Just in time that, Ed. Thank you very much. Prefer the stream stopping to advert breaks. I can understand that. It's just the hassle of having to tune it back in again every time, isn't it, to watch it? So, yeah, I can understand that though. Car 82, Adrian Young and Gwynfor Jones, RS2000 Ford Escort Mark II, running in Cat 3 in the D3 class. What's the temperature there then? So, I'm not sure. It's been around about freezing all day, around about 0. When we got here, it's probably moved up a notch or two, maybe around about 1 or 2 degrees. But I can tell you now, the hat's back on, the gloves are on. It's certainly starting to cool off again now as we head towards the evening and into the darkness again. It'll be a cold one tonight. Kielder will be frozen again, I'm sure. Well, he turned them on for us after he'd seen us, but yeah, great to hear Mr. Hemingway and Simon Ashton turning the tunes on as they head away from us down to junction 21. Going well in that Ford Escort Mark II Nouveau Lashes sponsored car, sorry. We've got somebody watching from the York Designer Outlet whilst everybody else is shopping. And the commenters say that the Designer Outlet in York is absolute hell on earth. I can imagine on the run up to Christmas it certainly will be hell on earth. That'll be an awful place to be today. My thoughts go out to you. And anybody else who's at the York Designer Outlet, that's going to be a tough day. Gav, if you can find Stephen, he's got his phone out. You'll be able to see him. He's Stephen Rampling. He'll be in the centre somewhere. Go and find him. You can watch the rest of the coverage. But if you can hear me telling you to do that, you're probably watching the coverage anyway. So that's a waste of time. So, Anton de Croxlip, have I missed Craig Jones and Ian Taylor in the Mark 1 in that technical glitch? Oh, Anton, you did. I'm so sorry. I didn't know who it was that had come through. You absolutely will have done, yeah. And to be fair, they were very nearly in this ditch as well. It'll be on the highlights reel, I'm sure. But I'm so sorry when the live stream switched off. The Escort found its way towards the ditch. He didn't get in there. Let's say it was Dave Hopkins-esque, just toying with the idea of dropping into the ditch, but didn't actually make it into there. So the YouTube stream is now not working. Is that because we can't get it to work? It's not working at all. Special Stage HQ can sort that out, I'm not sure. Saw the Forest boys fly past earlier as well. Robert Thomason and Christopher Davies in the Ford Escort Mark 1, lights ablaze for the pair from Newport. I'm not sure they need those lights ablaze just yet. Paul Proctor saying that the YouTube link is back on again. Thank you, team in HQ, Wayne and Paul, for sorting that out for us. Getting the YouTube stream back up and running remotely. That's great stuff. How's Theo Bengry getting on? I think Theo was another of the crews to not make it onto the live stream because of the issue we had. Worrying signs for Mr. Perez. See if we can get any more information on this one. I don't think we've got anybody at the end of this stage, however. No time on the board then for Seb Perez. It doesn't sound like the Stratos has made it to the end of this stage at the minute. It's been a while since it came past us now, but there's no sign of it at the end of the stage. Oliver Solberg set a 7.16. Barry McKenna going second quickest with a 17.16, not 7, 17.16. Barry McKenna second quickest with a 17.36. That's a great time from Barry. Marty McCormack, 17.39. Jason Pritchard, 17.40. Ben Friend, 17.44. Catherine McCourt set a 17.54. Mike Stewart then in the Mark 1 flying with a 17.59. He was flying through here as well. Somebody else who was flying was Daniel Mennel. He set a time of 18.01. Neil Weaver, 9th quickest through, 18.56. And then Brian Jardine with a 19.22. He's chasing Neil down in that open category. Bus to stop that. Did well to get it pulled up for the corner. The Mark 1 RS 1600 of Bart Jan Dienek and Egbert Kulvoort. Dutch crew over here having a go at this event. And they'll soon start to see the back end of that Subaru Legacy coming into view.
Off. They've just run round the corner, can hear him.
Is that the Legacy that's gone off down the bottom?
Yeah. No, the Escort, wasn't it? Oh, the Escort, the second one after him.
Sounds like the Legacy.
Sounds four-wheel drive, that doesn't it?
Does sound like the Legacy is off at junction 21. Definitely sounds like he's gone off, unless he's got going again now. It did sound like he was off in a ditch down the bottom. Tricky little bend that. I was saying it's a big bus to stop. I think it looked like he got it stopped, so I don't know what happened there with that. But anyway, just out of camera shot, the Legacy had an issue. Car 75, Finton McGrady and Cormac McGrady in the RS 1800. From Belfast. And they've got... Well, that's the way to do it, isn't it, eh? Andrew Haddon put his car into a killer keeled ditch, and the ditch said no thank you and spat him back out again. Fair play, kept the foot in there, and car 41, Andrew Haddon and Mark Crisp riding the ditch, riding their luck and getting away with it here right in front of us. It was well done. You wouldn't want it to go too much further down that ditch before you came across a road. That would have made a big dent in the car. Yeah, the photographer would have had a nice shot there. Car number 67, another of the Mark 1 Escorts. Just going to shuffle my notes around.
He's a little bit chilly.
Yeah, we're pretty certain it got back out eventually because the spectators went running towards it.
Okay, right. I'm going to try and do a bit more catching up on the feed here and see what's going on. I'm all confused with numbers and paperwork floating around everywhere. So Wendy Crisp has asked, has car 41 been through yet? Let's have a little look and see who car 41 is. So on my other page of notes. Andrew Haddon and Mark Crisp. You could say they've been through, yes. They joined us marshalling and spectating almost in the ditch here, but managed to keep their foot in and got away with it. So unfortunately, when your phone dropped out and you ran out of battery, they ended up in a ditch, but they carried on. They did have their hazards on, but they were moving okay and they were going all right. To be fair, there's no real issues. But yes, dropped it into the ditch here and got away with it. So they are through and away to the finish. Elwyn Pritchard is tuned in again. He's now watching from the comfort of his sofa. He's been out marshalling with the Dad's Army Marshall team in Wales. Remember seeing the banners up, Elwyn? Thank you very much for your support. Dave Golding is asking, any news on the Stratos? Did it make it? Unconfirmed at the moment, I'm afraid. Dave, it was smoking on its way past us, and I haven't seen it on the timing screen just yet. We'll keep everything crossed for it, mate. But yes, it didn't look great when it came past here. Richard Bailden is asking, is there a class for the old Group B? Not as such. There's an Appendix K category, which allows for certain vehicles, including the awesome Toyota that Gregoire de Mavius brought over. That was the Toyota Sleeker Twin Cam Turbo. Sort of early Group B, wasn't it? That sort of era. Very young at the time, so I don't remember too much. But, yeah, very early. Cars 81, Paul Fry and Mike Steele, and 96, Alan Carfrae and Liam Carfrae doing battle on the stages in close quarters. Alan was letting them by, I think, it was that way round. Paul and Mike, they did the RAC together in 1996 in the Sierra Cosworth, and unfortunately didn't make it to the end of the event. So looking to improve on that this time round. Just how many years later? 96, 06, 16, 26, almost, 18 years later? 17 years later, trying to get to the end of the RAC.
It's his brother that's further up the stage on the radio. That's Paul Fry. Rick Fry's on the radio. He's had nothing but brake problems. They're all the rally. He finally got it running. The brakes obviously were working.
Okay.
I was hoping he'd clip him actually, because he was moving out of the way to let Paul through.
Gordon McCree has been in touch. Just drop me another message, Gordon. Let me know what you want me to give you a shout out for. We'll certainly do it. I don't mind. That's not an issue at all. Drop it into the chat and I'll give you a shout out again. I missed it earlier. That's James and Jack Brady in the 911. 3.2 litres. Up from Bodmin, a long way from home. Danny Cosgrove says the tracker is showing the Stratos out of the stage. That's good. Perez is on the road section. Brilliant. He's on his way back to... Water hose broke and some gearbox noise is the prognosis from Mr. Perez. Okay, so Steve has been telling us... Thank you, Lyndon, for relaying Steve's messages. Hopefully it's back in service and is having those gearbox noise issues and certainly the water hose reconnecting.
copper down there.
We will we'll take this moment to just reassert to all spectators, please, if you're out on the stages watching this rally, it's a fantastic place to be. We get that. It's an incredible event. It draws lots and lots of attention, lots of spectators out. Please spectate safely. Yeah, we have had some examples at this junction of not spectating safely. We've kept them away from the camera. The marshals have done a fantastic job in policing it. We do not want to show that on the screens, so thank you very much to the marshals, but we need to make sure that if you're coming to the stages, please act responsibly, guys. You know, it's not fun for the marshals if they're having to deal with people like this group here that are now making their way out of the stage after drinking massive amounts of alcohol. Stage side, let's go with that. Let's not quantify it too much. It's just massive amounts of alcohol. So be ready for the whistle blasts in a second as the next car's about to go into view. Let's see if they behave themselves and get off the road. I'm amazed they can even walk at the moment, so let's see. But we don't need this behaviour on the stages, guys. Please watch what you're doing, look after yourselves and others, and just be respectful of everyone. Mike Roberts and Ken Bowman in the RS2000, and they have a Renault Clio Rally. French crew in car 161. Always do this to me. Car 161 runs right out of sequence and it always throws me. 161. I'll remember these names by the time I go home. 161 is Gregory Perrard and César Delbecq from Niep and Creys in France. If you're listening from Niep or Creys, I'm sure I've got that wrong, but thank you very much for tuning in, and apologies for the pronunciation. My French isn't brilliant at the best of times. Matty Hammersley, hope they're not driving home afterwards. Well, we don't know. They get round the corner and then they disappear. We don't know what's going to happen. Please behave yourselves on the stages, guys. Martin Leonard mentioning about the Brady's. Yeah, that was James and Jack in car 99. Aaron McClure throwing that little Peugeot through the stages. Poor thing's getting some stick this event. He's had a bit of a torrid time on the event so far as Aaron, but it's fantastic to see him back out driving, and it's great to see that little Peugeot. Love the colour scheme down it, going really, really well as well. Great to see it being driven really hard like that as well. So thank you very much, Aaron, for bringing that out. And then we saw Colin Hope and Billy Dalglish in the Saab 96 V4. Last one through then, just before us right now, car 103. Oh, shuffling paper again. Is it? I mean, where do we get a secretary from in these areas? Job application. That's what we need. Secretary's job. Going. Very cold. Poor pay. Can't say anything for the conditions. So Robin Hamilton and Philip Sandham in that Talbot Sunbeam. Lotus came through earlier, 2.2 litres in that little Sunbeam, and then car 72. More paper shuffling required. And that was Grant Inglis and Gavin Chisholm, Scottish crew. Grant is from Glasgow and Gavin down from Kilmarnock, leaving their native country behind. very briefly today. They'll pop back in and out of it actually. But, yeah, the proper Scottish stages yesterday will have suited them, I'm sure. Now back to England for a full day's action down in Killakeelder. Doug Small says he's seen a Saab 96, now it's a real RAC. Yeah, I know the feeling. There's definitely a car park down there. Is that the marshal of the car here shutting the door then? You hear that door shut then? It might have just been the marshal on the dead leg here, but it just sounded like a door shutting in the distance. We shall see. I've not seen anybody down there. There's no sort of urgency around the corner or anything, so I think they're probably away now and all sorted. Bex has joined us. Thanks for tuning in, Bex. Getting your afternoon rally fix ready for your live streams and interviews with Matt. Keeping everybody informed as the day's gone on. Some fantastic information coming back from stop lines and passage controls from the team at MCR. Been great to work with those guys this weekend and bring you all the information and all the coverage live from around the country. 5 days of live coverage. It takes its toll on everyone and everything. Equipment, as you can see. We've managed to keep it mostly dry though so far this week. That's a start. Oh, everyone's staring at me now as if to say, "Now you've done it." Car 118, Colin Smith and John Pinder in the Astra Mark III. Got a bit of a soft spot for that car, I must admit. We were talking about this yesterday, me and Cameron Jamie. There's something about that Mark III Astra that just, again, it's that sort of era, isn't it? That, you know, growing up through when I saw them on the stages. Might not be a classic historic car or anything like that, but yeah, there's something about that car. And bowling from a co-driver in Sweden in a real Saab 99 EMS 1612. Yes, it is. Unfortunately, if you're looking to see the other Saab, the Saab 900, a real raucous, huge tank of a machine coming through the stages. Unfortunately, it was parked up in Kershaw 1. I don't think the guys will be coming through this stage. Unless they work their magic and got the car out. With plenty of time to get into here. I don't think they will have done because there was no time between stages. So that car parked at the side of the stage in Kershaw 1 this morning. It wasn't out in terms of damage. It was just a mechanical issue for them. Crew were absolutely fine. Roger Mark Fowler and Malcolm Johnson then from Sheffield in that Mark II you've just seen go through. Car 111. Martin says Brady's on the assignment. Okay. Who that was then? Car 66, Alan Horn and Ryan Griffiths, Welsh crew, in their 2-litre Mark II. Having some time taken out of them, or taking some time out of. Flash Tundo. In that Safari spec. Triumph TR7 V8, the only Triumph that's still running now. Obviously we lost Chris on day 2 down in Wales. It was fantastic to see him pushing that TR7 hard through the stages, but Frank is flying the flag for Triumph now, all the way over from Kenya. Competed on this event 2 years ago as well, so obviously got the bug and is back for a second attempt. There's talk of Saab 96s now on the coverage. Urban Bolan and
Been catching some, but
Doug Small having a little chat about the Saab 96 out on the stage. That's great. I have one of those with my dad parked in the garage at home as well, so I could join that chat. Yeah, love a Saab. Aaron DeVille is asking, do all crews recce the stages before they really drive it? So we mentioned this actually earlier on in the chat. They can get hold of a DVD and pace notes before the event. They can't recce the stages, but they will be given DVD of the stages by a company called On the Pace Note, which do a fantastic job of providing all the competitors with the same set of notes, same set of DVDs for the stages, so you can have a look through them. It saves you driving all around the country to do recce's, which is obviously much better for the environment and much better for everyone. So yeah, that's the way they do it, and it's I think that works very well. So I hope that answers your question, Aaron. Andrew Forster says, thanks for the great coverage and commentary this afternoon, guys. It's really appreciated, nearly as good as being there. Hopefully we will be back out on the stages in 2024. Well, you've got just under 2 years to prepare for that, Andrew, and I'm sure you'll be back out on these stages freezing like the rest of us very soon. Car number 95, Henry de Frey and Miguel and Egamont Emmanuel. And the RS 1800, another of our European crews coming over to tackle these classic GB stages. Temperature's certainly dropping away now. Okay, let's have a little look. I've got some messages coming through. So, it's a bit late notice now, to be fair. I didn't see these messages until I've just turned them on now. Okay, so good to hear. So, Stratos is okay. The water hose broke. Gearbox noises and gearbox is a part at the side of the road, though. That doesn't sound that okay to me. Oh no! So I never thought actually. I've just realised. So reading through the comments here, I'm getting through on the chat with the rest of the team. Something we hadn't noticed actually, and yeah, I'm very sorry to say that unfortunately Matthew Robinson and Sam Collis have gone off in this stage at junction 9. It's a spectator point in this stage. The car's gone off 30 foot down a bank into a bog, and unfortunately they are stuck. Real shame for the crew. Hopefully they'll get that fixed because they're determined to tackle the big one tomorrow. Massive shame to the Sheriff and Sambo. I'm sure they'll get that car back up on the stages and back out again tomorrow. Lynn Davies and Alan Richards then making their way through as well in their Mark II Escort car 114. The other little bit of news I had, which was sent over to me a long time ago, which I'm sorry to sort of tell you now, not at the time. It would have been better if I'd have seen it at the time. It's my fault, apologies. Duffrey James, car 46, currently 7th overall. He won the Kilwendegg rally 6 years ago today. 26th of November 2017, his maiden victory. First time winning an event. The Kilwendeg is like winning the RAC of road rallying, so it might be worth reminding him. That's good to know. Thank you very much, producer Wayne and superstar presenter Paul Woodford, for their comments and messages in the group chat that we're in. Apologies, I've only just got round to reading them with the results screens and the Facebook feed and everything else that's going on. I've just seen them crop up. Okay. Right, so let's have a little flick back to where we're at and see what's going on. Conrad Boss and Jeff Crabtree then. You mentioned it before, they had a bit of an off in my Heron one on Friday. Lost the car on a very slippery section of stage and slid backwards down a bank, coming to rest next to a tree. But thankfully no damage done to the car, all okay, and after being recovered they were back on it again, and they said they were having a fantastic time, really enjoying the stages, really enjoying the challenge of the RAC, and loving every minute of it. So yeah, they were in high spirits when we found them down a ditch, but yeah, the crew very much looking forward to getting back in the car and back out into to Scotland and up into the northern stages, and they look like they're having a good time as well. So well done, car 77, the team of Conrad Boss and Jack Crabtree. Car 100, Keith Turner and Tracy Wood through there next. Cat 3 Escort, running in Class D5. More of the Yorkshire gang down here, or up here. Keith from Driffield and Tracy from West Hallam. Car 121, Chris Lonnan and Mark Courtier through in their MG-ZR. They've got Chris Cleghorn and Ryland James following them through. Ryland, another one of the co-drivers who have competed on the original RAC. Just had a message ping on my phone to tell me that the lovely Abby is sending us over another weather report for the show tonight, straight from BBC headquarters. So a massive thank you to Abby for everything she's done for us this week. It's been a real pleasure having a little bit of input from you again. It was probably 8 or 10 years ago that we were stood in these very forests talking rallying and you presenting the show with me. So it's great that you've been involved again in the Roger Albert Clark show. So a huge hats off and a big thank you to Abby Goldby for sorting us our weather reports this week. We'll be able to catch it tonight, 8 o'clock with Paul Woodford. The Rally Review show. She'll tell you all about tomorrow's weather and what to expect if you're heading into the final day of this year's Roger Albert Clark Rally. Howard Allen and John Buckley in their Mark II Escort, Howard up from Stockport, and John is up from Saley Bridge. Really nagged Abby this week as well about these weather reports. It was just an idea we had early in the week. I wonder if it would be possible to get a weather report to drop into the show, and she's done an absolutely amazing job. And yeah, I feel really bad having not spoken to her for such a long time. I keep nagging her now for these weather reports so that I can send them over to producer Wayne ready for the show in the evening. So, like you say, again, massive thank you for going out of your way and doing these reports for us, Abby. It's much appreciated. Car 58 will be on one of my pages of paper somewhere. I want to figure out which side of the paper it's on. Right, car 58, Mike Reed and John Millington. John is another one of the co-drivers who's competed on the event previously. I'm sure John Millington competed on this event with Malcolm Wilson many years ago in the Stobart Escort. Sure he did. I'm getting lots of nods around me. See, my memory is just about working. Ask me what I had for lunch, I won't be able to tell you. In fact, I will. We didn't have any lunch, did we, Jay? We were flying out to the stage as quick as we could. If I ask Jamie this question now, I already know what the answer is going to be. Jamie, are you hungry?
Starving.
I'm about to keel over myself. There's a lot of me to keel over as well. I need quite a lot of fuel, and I haven't had any for a long time. It's not good, you know. Don't worry, we'll have a feast when we get back to the car. There's at least 2 chocolate digestives and half a packet of Jelly Babies left. That'll do us for lunch and tea tonight. Rasping along nicely in the Mark 1 is Alexander Felsenhart and Jean-Louis Hotelet. Another of our foreign crews over here. Great to see so many Europeans, well, so many people from all around the world, actually, not just Europeans, so many people from all around the world competing. We've got crews from Hong Kong, Australia, New York, Italy, Spain, France, Belgium, Holland, Wales. Lots of exotic places. So thank you very much, guys, for coming over here and having a go at this incredible marathon of an event. I hope you're enjoying Killakeelder. And just as a special treat for you, we thought we'd let you do it in the dark as well later, if this isn't good enough. One crew that won't be new to all this is Robin Herneman and Ray Crowther in the BMW. These pair rallied together for the first time in 1984 on the RAC rally. Unfortunately, they didn't finish that year, so to make amends, they came back in sorry, not 2000 at all, in 1989. Where 2000 came from then, I have no idea. Came back in 1989 and managed to get a top 10 result. So that's a fantastic achievement. They've certainly know their way around the country when it comes to rallying, although it's been quite a while. Anyway, the crew still going and going well in that BMW. So we're starting to make our way towards the very end of the live stream here. Only a few more cars to come. I'll have a quick look on the track actually and see if that tells me anything. quick. Right, I have good news. Good news. He was missing. He's now not missing. And it wasn't a bad time either, to be fair, with issues going on in the car. So, Seb Perez actually finished this stage with a 17.51. When you consider the likes of Barry McKenna, Martin McCormick was 17.36 and 39 respectively. It's not a bad effort with a broken hose and a rattly gearbox, is it? He was actually quicker than Catherine McCourt through Mount Common 1, and Catherine was taking chunks out of him all morning. So extending the lead, extending the position, the podium position, by an extra 4 seconds to Catherine McCourt. So a very quick roundup. Oliver Solberg currently first with a 3 hours 50 minutes and 53 seconds. 5 minutes and 4 seconds back is Martin McCormack. Seb Perez in third, 9 minutes 15 back. Anna Catherine McCourt is 9 minutes 34. That's the closest battle at the top of the leaderboard at the minute. Ben Friend currently holds 5th place, and he's another couple of minutes back as well. So lots still to happen, lots of miles to go. We are back in Kielder for a second time today, when the crews tackle Mount Common 2 and Harwood 2 as well. So they'll finish this one and they'll travel over to the east side of Kielder. It'll be a new challenge for everybody when they arrive there in the dark later on. Click up the tracker. Just a quick look at the tracker. Kershaw, this stage looks, it's just littered with cars. There's cars everywhere in there. It's a 6 sounding Mark II Escort, car 122, Alan Young and Ashley Young.
Yeah.
It's, smoking its way through the stage. Not sure quite what's happened with that. That's John Brazier, Damien Bird, John from Cleobury Mortimer, and Damien over from Ballasalla. It must be Isle of Man, I imagine. Ballasalla, south end of the island.
Keep moving. That's it, getting a bit dark now.
So it's looking like there's cars littering the stages. Crews out there that have had to stop or have retired with accidents. We've got car 120 on the start line by the looks of it, and car 101 is on its way. Oops, all just refreshed. Where's everyone gone?
We all fell off.
The tracker just went bzz, and it's all... Okay. There's certainly another couple of cars to come at least moving towards us, I know that. We have, let's have a little look, where are we? In fact, there's more than a couple of cars. I've had car 97. That was Mr. Brazier. Car 120 is Martin Oglesby in the lovely little Opel Kadett. He looks to be our next competitor. Car 122. That's the one that should pass us. It's saying stop at the bottom of the hill. Around the corner. It's the Alpha. Martin Buitenhuis and Jeanette Buitenhuis in their Alfa Romeo Giulietta. Great to see something a bit different with the Alfa Romeo. I don't see too many of them on the stage. In fact, I think it's the only one I've ever seen on the stage. Great to see the Alfa out and going strong. They've just passed us on the tracker as well, so that's good. So let's have a little look back at the stage. I think we're nearly done. Car 120 showing as moving in this stage. Car 109 is showing as moving in this stage. Everybody else is showing as stopped. So let's keep our eyes out for these two. We certainly didn't have a Robbo past us. And I can't see a Robbo there either. I've got a Robbo on the tracker, but he's all the way down at the very far side of Kielder at Newcastleton. So unless he went off in the previous stage, he must have gone off in Kershaw. Let's see what the tracker says. There's not a lot of signal up there, so it might be that he's well past that now. Kershaw has got car 47, 163, 159 and 131 still parked in it. Car 29 and car 80 are sat outside of the stage, going no further. Robbo's still making his way along the road, I imagine to service for the end of the day. This stage has got cars 112, 105, 164 and 64 in it, as well as car 71 and 122. They're all stopped in this stage. Killer Kielder is getting a bit of a name for itself again here. Okay, so it looks like there's going to be a couple more cars to come, guys. I won't keep you on the live stream for too much longer. You'll be needing to get your roast potatoes in for your Sunday dinners. Don't get any ideas, Jamie. It certainly isn't going to be roast dinner for us tonight, I can promise you that. Might be able to make do with a pot noodle if we've got enough water, that's about it. To be honest with you, we haven't got enough water, so that's not going to happen either. It's definitely just going to be jelly babies and a couple of digestive biscuits. Stu McLaren is still going, that's great to see. Opel Godet GTE Group 2 of Stu McLaren and Mark Ammons. Stu has been a regular on the stages this year in that lovely looking car. It's great to see him back out again, so that's great. He's actually entered the British Rally Championship, I think in the national category that he was entered in this year. So he's had a good year as Stu. Someone we haven't seen much of this weekend, Barry Rennick and Paul Hughes in their RS 1800, car number 64. For whatever reason, Barry hasn't made it onto the live stream very much. Need to find out what's happening there. These Opel Cadets are like buses. Nothing all day, then two turn up at once almost. That is car 120 of Martin Oglesby and John Parker. Similar car to that of Stu McLaren. Similar colour scheme as well. Nick Mason and Pete Smith in the Datsun 240Z then, coming to view now. The car will be well suited to these conditions. It's the car to be in Killakeelder. So, a lot of the crews now completed the Harwood stage. In fact, I can see car 3 is out of the end of it. So it's Oliver Solberg has made it to the end, as has Marty McCormack. He's just come out onto the public road after the end of the stage. We will have a little look around to see who else is in that stage, and we are looking for Stratos.
109 come through, and on the reports of the last 3 cars on the stage, 64 is missing.
We've just had 64. 64's been through. Barry Rennick, that was.
64's been past us, Rick.
There we go. Helping the marshalling team as well. Keeping the radio guys on their toes.
That would explain, because I got 284, so one of them was 64. Okay, thanks for that.
Car 84 twice. He's having a good time.
Okay.
He's been round twice. He enjoyed this stage. So, just having a little glance at the tracker to see if I can see car 15 before we shut the
special stage rally.
the stream down. Trying to zoom in to see. I can't quite see with all the
So
dots
in
on the
theory,
screen.
I've only got 110 to come through to complete the set.
David Calvert and Colin Blunt then, the last cars on the way to us apparently. David is the oldest competitor on the event at 80 years old. So we'll give him a couple of minutes and see if he arrives. I'm just trying to have a look now to see if I can see any sign of car 15 on the tracker. Fingers aren't working with the gloves. Okay, let me have a little look. Trying to see what I can see. I can't see a car 15 on. I can see a car 15 on the tracker. We have a Stratos making its way down the public road towards service. That's good to hear. Brilliant stuff. So Seb has got through the final stage before service and is making his way back to the dam for his service. Give him a chance to get that car fixed and back up and running, ready for this evening, where we'll be able to enjoy the sights and sounds of the Stratos once again. It's taking some time for car 118. It looked like he was in the stage for a while as well, so let's just see if he's definitely coming towards us or he's stopped. Car 110 hasn't moved on the tracker for ages, but it does say he's moving.
Yeah, he's not reached 14A yet.
Yeah, very late expecting him here. Mark II Escort. Yeah, Starion's not there, 109. Ian Tunney in the Starion. Okay, I don't think we'll have times for the next stage just yet, but let's have a quick look while we just wait for this final competitor. We'll try not to cut anybody off if we can help it, like we always say. No, nothing through yet for that last stage at Harwood before service. So stage 26 is complete for the very top of the field. Thankfully, the news is that the Stratus has made it through. So good to hear. I look forward to seeing that car back in the dark with the spot lamps on very soon. We will. I can hear the car coming now. So we will wrap the stream up as soon as car 1110 has. Sorry, 1110. It's been a long day. 110 has been through.
It's just past 14A. The last one. It's going to be 90 something, isn't it?
We have Astarian. Ian Tunney and Chris Sanderson. I didn't see them on the tracker actually, so that's good. They've sneaked through. Brilliant to hear. Love the look of that Starion. Fantastic to see it out on the stage. Look at that, throwing it into the corner as well. Great to see that. Well done, guys. So, final competitor on the stage then. David Calvert and Colin Blunt in that Mark II Escort. Lancashire lads showing us how it's done. Competing at the age of 80 years old. So I just want to reiterate the show tonight. 8 o'clock on the socials, YouTube, Facebook. Make sure you're there to watch all the day's action with Paul and how the action has unfolded today, as well as looking forward to tomorrow and the final day of the Roger Albert Clark. I have lots and lots of stuff to cram into the show. I hope you've enjoyed all the little features we've put in there as well. Meeting the crews and obviously little Oshin as well, helping us with his information from the Wales legs. So thank you to him. Yeah, just a big shout out to anyone who's been enjoying the shows and watching. We will be back live again in stage tomorrow for the final day. So make sure you tune in again first thing tomorrow morning, where Paul will be bringing you all the action for the first couple of stages with the live feeds coming into the studio. Matt and Bex will be at the end of the stage as well, giving the interviews. And we're going to day 5, the final day of this incredible Roger Albert Clark 2023. It seems an absolute age ago, doesn't it, that we left Wales, or we weren't even started in Wales, and made our way north up the country. Not a lot of sleep has been had since then, and we're all feeling it, but we wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Look forward to a nice warm dinner at some point as well, instead of sandwiches and pack up every day. We will have to make sure at some point before we leave this event that we've had some decent food. So, yes, thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage again today. The light is now fading, so I did try and promise everyone, every one of the crews, to be shown in the daylight today on this stage. I'm relying on the crew in 110, Dave and Colin, to get here before the light fades completely. So come on, guys, we need you to get through so we can show you on the live stream, and then we can all head back to our cars and warm up, ready for this evening's shenanigans. Big shout out to the marshals again. Thank you to everyone out here keeping this event running. Marshals, where are you guys from?
Carlisle.
Over from Carlisle, so not too far. Motor club are you from? Hang on, I'll come over to you and we'll have a little chat over that. Hello, right. What's your name, sir?
Andrew.
Andrew, thank you for joining me, Andrew. There's no camera on you. You're okay. You don't worry about that. We're not going to know who you are. You're not going to be on Britain's Most Wanted or anything like that. So, Carlisle Motor Club. You're not in a motor club, but you're just here helping out. Okay, all right, but you're still part of the Motorsport UK elite, and you come out and help out with everything. Massive thank you very much to you guys. Out most weekends, yeah. Next weekend as well? Grisdale next week, yeah. We're at Donington next week for the Circuit Championship, so yeah, it's a busy old time, isn't it? You dedicate a lot of time to the sport, and you know, without you guys, then you know the events wouldn't run. that a lot of people out there don't understand what goes into running these events. And at the very top of the scale, we have the event organisers, the Mr. Heppenstalls and the Mrs. Heppenstalls that run the events. But then you sort of work down the ladder and you get down to marshals and media teams and everybody else. There's so much goes on in organising these events. So thank you very much for coming out here, giving all your time. Obviously, you've all got family at home as well. Family here as well. Mum's here? Oh, okay, so it's a full family. Let's say hello to Mum and nephew then. Hello, Mum, how are you?
Hello. Very cold.
It is cool enough now, isn't it?
Very cold feet.
What's your name, Mum, sorry?
I'm Helen.
Helen, nice to meet you, Helen. And nephew?
Jay.
Jay as well. Okay, great stuff. Wow, what a family out marshalling. That's brilliant. Brilliant stuff. Jay, just whiz the camera around quickly. Let's just have a quick shot of the family together.
Last car's here.
Oh, this is more important. The marshalling family here. Thank you very much, guys, for all your help and keeping this event running. It's been much appreciated. There are other marshals dotted around as well. Appreciate you guys as well. Not missing you out. Thank you very much, guys. I feel like I've talked forever again. There must be people. I'm going to be putting babies to sleep at some point with my voice. I can guarantee it. Put most people to sleep. There we go. Dave Calvert and Colin Blunt in car 110, rounding out the live stream today. A massive thank you to everyone for tuning in and joining us on the special stage live streams in the Roger Abbott Clark